Hello, it's me, Michelle Thomas. I'm a medical intuitive energy healer, psychic, and transformational coach with Radiant Living and Radiant Living HLC. Welcome to Tip Tuesday, everybody. So, our topic for Tip Tuesday today is self-care. It's more than just bubble baths and books. And a lot of people often think that that's what self-care is. And guess what? It can be so much more than that. It is so much more than that. And so let's chat about self-care, right? So Tip Tuesday, self-care. Self-care really is just all about taking care of yourself, right? Having more health and wellness in your life, right? And allowing yourself to live a life that's a lot less stressful with a lot more energy and a sense of purpose, right? Here's the thing, right? A lot of us think that self-care is selfish, right? when we hear that word self-care, right? It really just means putting yourself first, taking care of your mind, body, and spirit, right? Self-care is essential for optimal wellness and really being able to take on your days with a lot less stress, right? Being able to have more energy, right? That old adage of that old adage of, you can't fill from an empty cup is true. Technically, you should be filling from the overflow of your cup and not from your cup at all, to be very honest. And so it's really important that when we focus on taking care of ourselves, putting ourselves first on that priority list, it can really help you to handle the stress in your life and the fast-paced nature of life in general, right? There's also kind of this misconception, right, where we think that self-care is just about pampering. It's about the mani-pedi. It's about the bubble bath. It's the massage, whatever, right? But it's so much more far-reaching than that. It's not just de-stressing from a long, hard day, right? And if you're only doing it once in a while, why? People who practice self-care tend to have a lot more resilience. They're able to handle their stress better. And they tend to live a little bit longer than those who don't take care of themselves. Not only that, but it actually helps us physically. It helps our immune system, right? It bolsters your self-esteem and it allows you to be more focused and productive during your day. So it's really important. So I'm going to explain there's about 8 types, right, of self-care. And so the first one obviously is physical, right? Physical self-care. It's exercise, it's eating healthy, it's sleeping more, it's drinking more water, or even daily hygiene, getting out and brushing your teeth and taking a shower. Sometimes, especially for new moms and stuff, that is having a half an hour to take a shower and get yourself ready can be considered self-care sometimes, right? There's also mental self-care. And that's about strengthening that mental muscle, learning something new, taking a class, reading a book. Keeping your mind healthy is just as important as your physical health. There's also emotional self-care. Taking a break from the news, right? Journaling, practicing mindfulness, meditation, journaling, laughter. Watching silly cat videos for 10 minutes can be a source of self-care. If it makes you laugh and makes you feel joyful, go for it. There's also spiritual self-care. Again, meditation, deep breathing. I say this all the time that if you're feeling ungrounded, unfocused, you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, taking 3 deep inhale through your nose and slowly exhaling it can bring you back into focus, right? And can really help you reduce your stress. So do not laugh at the art of deep breathing exercises. It works. Yoga, mindfulness, right? Again, learning new things, journaling, positive affirmations. All of these things can be self-care for your spiritual wellness. There's also professional self-care. Good work-life balance, right? Saying no, creating healthy boundaries. Staying on top of your tasks and your to-do lists can help you feel more organized and a lot less stressed, right? So do not laugh. Like, there's a lot of different ways of self-care. There's financial self-care, budgeting your finances, creating a savings account, meeting with a financial planner, creating a healthy relationship with your money. I talk about this a lot too, right? Getting rid of the blocks or the beliefs that are just limiting, like how you think about money. All of these things can be considered self-care. There's social self-care. With the pandemic, a lot of us lost that connection to other people, right? We're not meant to be solitary creatures, right? We're meant to be out and enjoying other people, right? Spending time with others. So finding a community of like-minded people, starting a hobby where you can get involved with other people, right? Calling a friend. All of these things are social self-care, right? So being able to really make that connection with others, right, is important. Find balance too, right? If you need to say no to a friend, creating good, clear boundaries because maybe you're exhausted and you're like, I've been around too many people. I've had my social calendar's been full, right? That's okay. It's okay to say no to your friends and consider that a social self-care practice as well. Lastly, there is spatial or environmental self-care. What does your house look like? Is it cluttered? Does it make you feel like overwhelmed and panicky because there's so many things on your to-do list, right? Simple things you can do for spatial self-care is spring cleaning, decluttering, right? Making your bed every morning, putting your laundry away, clearing off your desk at the end of the day so that every morning you wake up and you're like, oh, look at that. I have a clean desk and I'm ready to start my day, right? These are all things that you can be considered self-care, right? Creating a warm and inviting house, right? Putting up pictures of loved ones, right? Displaying artwork and things that have meaning for you and getting rid of stuff that doesn't, right? Marie Kondo wasn't wrong. Like, if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. If it's broken, get rid of it, right? If it's causing you anxiety, get rid of it, right? It matters, all of this, right? So here's some tips for you to be able to get started on creating a self-care routine. One, figure out what brings you joy and replenishes your energy. What makes you feel more balanced and focused? Go do those things. Pick one of them and practice it. Do it at least once a week, right? Make it a habit. And we talked all about habits in last week's Tip Tuesday. So if you haven't looked at it or watched it, go watch how to create a habit, right? But when we create a habit, right, then you can add more into it, right? You can add 1 or 2 days. You can change it up when it feels a little stale, right? Or all of a sudden you're like, ooh, this doesn't feel good. I need to change some things up, right? And if you need assistance, seek professional help, right? It's not a weakness to ask for help. Find a therapist, find a nutritionist, find a trainer, a coach, a healer, right? Getting a professional to help you create a practice of self-care is great. Don't overcomplicate it. Start small. Try journaling, creating a gratitude practice, eating a healthy breakfast, calling a supportive friend, or going to bed at a decent hour. It doesn't need to be overwhelming. This is the point of self-care is not to add more stress to your life. Like, oh my God, I have to now fit one more thing into my calendar. No. Find something that is easy to incorporate, but still fills you up, right? Know your worth, right? It is not selfish to have a self-care practice. Stop feeling guilty about it. Stop feeling guilty about taking time for yourself and your wellness, right? It is not selfish to take care of yourself. And start living. Stop merely existing. You get to choose how you spend your time and energy every single day. It's a choice. So make choices that light you up, that make you feel amazing, right? Stop just wandering through the day like it's like Groundhog's Day. Make choices that are in alignment with who you want to become, right? And make your self-care non-negotiable. Put it on your calendar. Tell the people around you, by the way, I am unavailable for the next hour because I'm doing XYZ, right? Make it non-negotiable and do stuff that feels good to you, because what feels good to you may not be what feels good to Sally Sue down the street. It's fine. You do you, okay? So What ways are you going to practice self-care this week and continuously this year? How are you going to make it a habit, a practice? What are you going to do? I would pick one from every single topic or heading there, like all the different ways, those 8 different types of self-care. Pick one thing and incorporate them into your life. It's really important, and it can really move you forward. It can really make you feel a lot less stressed, a lot less overwhelmed, right? Get out of it. Just do something, right? So thank you for watching Tip Tuesday. And I have loved being here. Next week we're talking heart chakra. So we're going to get into the heart chakra and how to really sort of open that space up to allow ourselves to embrace, receive, and to give all sorts of types of love, since it's the love month. So yeah, it's really important. So share with me, what ways do you take care of yourself, and what are some new ways that you're planning on it? So I hope you have enjoyed this Tip Tuesday, and I will see you guys all next week.